Hi friends, welcome or welcome back to Date My Budget. My name is Nita and I'm on a journey to becoming a financial warrior. I'm giving myself financial options with the help of zero-based budgeting, the cash envelope system, and savings challenges. And we're about to get into my first paycheck of September. We're going to plan and we're about to zero out this budget. And as you can see, the categories are already written and we're just going to dive right in. This paycheck was a little bit more due to the holiday. I did work. So the paycheck came in at $1,084.84. As a reminder, for those who have been here, and if you're new, I do a zero out challenge. And the last 3 digits go to my zero out challenge. I transfer those funds to a separate bank account. And all year long, I keep the tally here. And so, let me see, 2, 4, 6, we're 7 paychecks. I'm paid bi-weekly. So 7 paychecks after this one. And I already filled that in here. Been doing this since I started my budgeting journey. So this will be year 3 of me doing the zero out challenge. And before we get in, I just wanted to share another item that I keep on hand for myself. This is like my pre-planning cheat sheet. Like sometimes in advance, I'll kind of plan out what I want to stuff. We had fully funded school aid for their kids and we spent that. So I had a couple months where I didn't stuff. And so I start planning out what I feel like I want to stuff. But it all can change, and that's why I use this friction erasable pen. This is definitely good to have, but I kind of have this pre-filled 2 weeks prior to the new month. But this always helped me kind of keep my budget in mind, or if something changed and I need to jot it down somewhere, I have this to put it down and I don't have to remember to not forget. I love having this. Now let's get into the budget. So my monthly expenses and my checking account cushion, they both stay in the bank. I am a month ahead. That month ahead amount in a savings account. And then I have my checking account where all the bills come out of. So this money goes into the bill checking account. I'm constantly replenishing that. My bills total $390 for the month. So I just split that amount in half every paycheck. And so it gets $190. And this has worked for me for so long that I wouldn't change it. That's one thing. Once you get into budgeting, you're able to find little things you can tweak and adjust and just make, your life a breeze, at least with arranging your funds, knowing where your money is going and where it went. It make that part and tracking a little bit easier. All right, so next is the account cushion. And this year I've been giving it $125. And now my account cushion is held in a whole separate account and at a whole nother bank. Actually, it's a credit union. But I am one of those people who have multiple check-ins and savings, but there's a method to my madness, and I'm going to touch on it a little bit when we get down to here. Next is month ahead, and the remaining bills I keep in cash, but I still, I count them as a bill because definitely they are. So month ahead is getting $25 this pay period. And then Amazon, I pay my Amazon Prime membership yearly, and it's due in March 2025. And as long as I'm saving $12 per paycheck or $12 a month, then I will reach that goal. Next is Secure Auto, which is my car insurance. And I just, in a couple days, I believe on the 16th, I will be charged. And I thought it went up, but it actually went down. The first half of the year was $580. This last half of the year is $562. Monthly, I stuff $100. So this is getting $50 this paycheck. At the end of the year, I have a little bit of a cushion because I'm stuffing a little bit more than what the bill actually is. which is, which is fine because I know eventually I want to get a new car, SUV, mid-size SUV, that the insurance is going to go up, gas will increase. My insurance will already have a buffer so it could cover that increase if it all works out. Next is HOA. HOA is paid annually, and last year it was $625, and so this year I'm saving $650. It seems like it goes up $25 every year. So $23 every paycheck, so $46 a month. Next is the eatery, and this is a part of my contribution to the household groceries. With the eatery, I'm saving $100 a month, and then every 3 months we do a meat haul. We found a company that we love so far. We tried a few different butchers that deliver, and this rotation helps a whole lot. So I give it $50 at minimum every paycheck, and it definitely helps having a deep freezer to store the meat and food. So we kind of ahead. I think that's kind of the approach once we've been kind of learning and seeing how things is and the economy, life, just so many factors that plays a part. It just makes sense for us to try and stay ahead on every aspect that we can control. That helps out a lot here. So we have our own mini grocery store freezer. For those of you who don't know, I am a couponer, so I make sure we stay supplied and stocked with necessary personal items, and for a fraction of the cost. So I've been couponing since my daughter was born. She's the oldest. I was able to stop 1 year, or I stopped for 4 years, and that was because we had that much. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah. And I let it, we used it, till I got down to the last 2 packs of paper towels and toilet paper, and I started back couponing. Not sure why I wanted to share that, but there you go. And so now I just have I learned my maintenance number. I may have a year or maybe 2 years supply of things that we normally use, but not 4 years. That kind of goes along with the mindset of being ahead. Next is life insurance, or whole life. This is a new policy I started this year for the kids. I'm still working on if I'm gonna stuff this in cash. Right now it's just going to the bill account. I have a buffer in here. When I was paying off debt, I kept the minimum balances of my credit cards in here, and so that little buffer is covering whole life. So right now it's in the bank. For 2025, I'm going to start a binder for the kids, and I'm not sure if I'm going to add this in there, but I keep it as a line item, so it's a constant reminder, because I like to have a buffer and stuff. I'm going to keep this as it is, and then just add this amount and save that in addition to my monthly expenses, because it's basically depleted my buffer. But since I added the policy and I paid it in full for a year, I'm a year ahead, but it's getting nothing. So I opened a new account. A couple times a year, bonus is worth it. I open a new account. Last year I only did one, probably 10, 11 months later, I closed it. I didn't like the bank, but I see this as an opportunity to make extra income. All you have to do is sign up, meet the requirements, which is usually a direct deposit of a certain dollar amount. If the banks, credit unions will pay you $300, $400, $500, it's like I'm all in. Sign me up. And so I just found this. It ends September 15th. So by the time you guys see this, it may be, yeah, I think it's going to be too late. But I just opened this like yesterday. So I just saw it, hurried up, created the account, and I transferred $50 from this paycheck. And so that's why that is here, because I needed to show where that money came from. And the promotion was, just in case, I'm going to go ahead and mention the name of the bank. I know it's in southern states, so I don't know how widespread they are, but it's First Horizon. And their promotion, I believe it ends on the 14th or the 15th. Not 100% sure, but just in case the video is out and you guys are able to sign up, because you can sign up online. Into your email, they'll send you like the promotion through your email, and then you sign up that way. But the promotion is open a checking account. They have 2 different types. Choose one, and within 90 days, you need to have a direct deposit of at least $1,000. And it can be broken up over 4 paychecks or 4 direct deposits. So if you do $250 times 4, that's your $1,000, but it needs to be in 90 days. I think she mentioned 10 days after it's been verified, they'll, transfer the deposit, which is $450. So for me, that's bonus. This is my second one for the year. And depending on how the service is and all that, I will keep the account or close it, because it's like if you're getting bad service and you're not using the account like that, I just take the money and run. But I give it a fair chance. Like I give them up to 12 months to kind of, see how things going, see what products they offer, like the communication. And once you become a member or a customer or something, you get certain perks. So I definitely fill it out. With that being said, I am going to add up everything here in the bill section and see what we have. So we have 190. So this pay period, the bill total was 525. So we subtract 525 from 1084.84. That leaves us with 559.84. And this budget workbook is from the Budget Mom. I've used this for 2 years, 2023. Each month has 5 paycheck trackers. But since I'm paid bi-weekly, I'm able to use this to my advantage. And I feel like I really got my money's worth. I love it. If I wasn't trying to create my own budget workbook, I would buy this again and again, or even download it. I've definitely been considering that. It's half the price of the actual book, and you can print as needed and create, add pages from other sellers, creators, and kind of create your own budget book. But I'm working on the A5 size for me. So next is the cash envelopes that I keep in my wallet. First, we're gonna bring down the 559.84. Groceries, I give myself some cash to spend, and that's $40. And this is for my weekly vegetables, fruits, maybe some kind of seasoning we ran out of, this is like the common stuff that I'm usually picking up. Or something that, we ran out of and we need for the next couple weeks. That's usually what I'm buying. So I'm not really grocery shopping here. Ragnar covers our grocery budget, and we grocery shop every 2 weeks. We actually went last week. And the last 3 grocery bills have been pretty low, under $100. And that's because, as I mentioned, like that being ahead mindset. So now we're able to go and shop for 4 people and not spend that much, because we're just kind of topping off what we have, or buying what we absolutely, just what we need. For us, it's working, but we had to build it up to this. It's nice to go to the grocery store and not have to pay $300-400. I'll say we haven't paid $400, but we definitely paid $3 something before. Taking the steps to shop the pantry, something is finished, write it down, note it down. We keep it on our phone. I downloaded an app because it has like the checklist and you can kind of check it off as you go. So that helps. So when you go into the grocery store, you have your list to shop off of and not, oh, I don't remember. And then you buying stuff that you have already. And maybe you have a couple, one in use and one, waiting. And that's another approach I wanted to mention to you guys that we have to this whole thing. If there's one being used, I need to have at least two on hand. That seems to be the magic number. It gives us time to wait on a sale. If it's something like, I'll give you an example, like Relish. As a reminder, sales repeat every 6 weeks, about 6 weeks. Now the sale may be, we do a lot of BOGOs with Publix. So that's when I buy Relish for the most part. So you're getting 2 for the price of 1, or sometimes they have a sale was like 2 for 4. Now, depending on the cost of 1, 2 for 4 may not be the best deal. So that would mean I need to wait. So that's another 6 weeks. So if I have 2 on hand, I can go miss 2 sales to go and buy 2 or 4 more and restock the pantry. But if it's 2 for 3, I'm jumping on it because that'll be less. The average price of the particular Relish I like is $3.19. So if they have a sale for 2 for 3, I'm getting it. The sales, they alternate. They'll do buy one, get one, and they'll do like a 2 for something kind of deal. And whichever one works out the best, that's the one I go for. But I give myself time depending on the rotation. So 1 in use, 2 in the stock, and it works. So when I'm restocking, I'm getting 2 more, and sometimes I'm out. I can even skip if I have like 3 on hand, 3 or 4, and we're still finishing that 1. I'll just skip it. I don't want to have too much, and then it's taking space for something else. So that's kind of an example of the madness, but it definitely works. Next is card use, and this is my gas. I do work from home. That saves me a lot. This past couple weeks, I did a lot of more travel, so I spent pretty much all the money. My safe number is 50. I fill up every week. Once my tank hits around half, sometimes it's a little less than half or a little more than half, but around about. And because, my travel for the most part, with the exception of the past 2 weeks, it's kind of routine. By Saturday, Sunday, Saturday, Sunday, or Monday, I'm usually filling up. But more than likely it's Sunday. Sunday is like my reset day for everything. Prepare for the week. Next is dine out. I've been given this $25. If we don't spend what we don't spend in dine out, it rolls to our vacation envelope. And this has been working out pretty nice for us. And it's another motivation to not eat out, because we know we go on vacation, we gonna eat out, and it's gonna be something new, and we always searching for some meal that we never had or a restaurant we never had, and it's something to look forward to. We even throw it out there like, oh, we have pizza tonight, or we can save it to go on vacation. And sometimes, surprisingly, the kids, they want to let's wait for vacation and we'll have food at home. If you haven't found fun in cooking at home, or maybe it's the time thing, because I know for a lot of people it's like you busy gotta go, and then depending on the age of your kids is rough. But in this economy, finding some quick easy meals, Instagram, I love Instagram for that. I find so many meals on there. And I'm not even looking for quick, but that's what they end up being. I'm just looking for, how can I add a new dish in there? And let me try this, and I'll put my little spin on it. I be on a hunt every week, and I found at least 2 to 3 meals. So I have a long list of Instagram saves to try different meals. Next is home goods. And I'm going to give this $20. And there's some things that I usually don't coupon for because it's, for one, there's no coupons, but I can use store money to pay for it. Believe it or not, Walmart, the clear plastic, though I don't like that cheap white stuff, like it easily breaks, but I like to have those on hand, and that the quality is good, so I haven't had any plans, or they don't come broken and all that. And so I know I tried dollar store, not gonna work. Some drugstores, Target, is just they're not worth what they're charging for me. So I usually get it from Walmart. That's usually what I'm buying for home goods, or something that don't coupon for, because most of our personal, well, all of our personal and household items I get from my couponing budget, which is usually not much. So I have a stockpile that I sell and a stockpile for the house. So we'll get this added up, and we have 40, 50, 25, and 20. So that's 135. I've been trying to stick to 135 in my cash wallet this year, because a lot of times I don't spend from the other categories that you see in my wallet. We're left with $424.84. And so we're going to bring that up here and get into the sinking funds. Next is my supplements, and supplements is going to get 35. School aid, we're starting to stuff again for 2025, and this paycheck is going to get 40. Birthdays, gift celebration is getting 25. This month I have 2 birthdays. My sister and her husband, their birthdays are 2 days apart, and in between their birthday is her best friend. So 3 days of birthdays. And for birthdays, I only buy for my immediate family. It's just too many people to buy for. But if they have a gathering or a birthday party or something that you're invited to, I definitely go and I'll bring a gift or throw some cash at them. You know, we definitely have a lot of celebrations, job celebrations, graduations, just... And I got to give my sister a shout out. I have 2 sisters. I always say my sister, like, y'all know which one I'm talking about. The other one, last month she got a promotion at work, had a whole big thing about it. So we did that. So my other sister, yesterday, she passed her registered nursing state board. So shout out to her. So proud. So we met up last week. Had a sister's lunch, and we knew she had this coming up. And like, yeah, you got it. You got it. That's behind her. She gets to start, looking for her, maybe not forever job, but she loves babies. She want to work with babies. She can focus on that and not the school and studying. So I feel like that's another celebration on the way. So this is going to be taking a hit. Next is sick days, and it's going to get 25. Actually, it should be getting 24. I keep forgetting that this is need to give this an even number. But you know what? I planned 25, so I'm just going to leave it. Car defense. This is my car emergency fund. Now, the car I have now, it's been paid off for a few years. And I give this $53. I'm doing a 52-week challenge. And so this number does not change. And every year I've been saving $1,000, at least $1,000, to cover any car repairs. Moving forward next year, if it works out with me getting a new vehicle, I won't save as much because I have a newer vehicle, and I feel like the trade-off will be, it's newer, it shouldn't have old car issues, And so I'll probably say 500 instead of 1,000. So where my insurance will increase, my gas will increase, my car emergency will decrease. So that'll kind of be the trade-off a little bit. And then I'll have a car note for a short period of time, saving to pay that off. We're going to overpay the car note to get it paid off in 12 months, between 12 and 18 months. That's just how we do things. And I wrote the eatery twice. It should not be here. So we're going to just skip right over that. And home decor is getting $30. Home defense is the home emergency fund, which I'm just adding to what Ragnar has already. So this year is $500. That's my contribution. And so I'm stuffing $21. Last category is Bank of Nita. This is like my bank to myself. If any of my sinking fund categories needed to borrow money, I'll take it from here. And then the next pay period, instead of stuffing that category, I'll stuff Bank of Nita to replenish it. And if there's a difference, it'll go to that category. I'm giving it $1 a day. So by the end of the year, it should have $366. And so I'm just keeping that number at 31. If I did my math right, I should be at 366 by the end of the year. And so let's get these sinking funds added up. All right, so that is $260 for my sinking funds, $260 from $424.84. That's $164.84. And I'm gonna leave that number there. $164.84. We skip over extra debt. Get down to the zero out of the $164.84. $44.84 is going to zero out, and then the $160 is going to new car. And so these two categories equals a total of that. 164 minus 164 is 0. And we got our zero-based budget. I really enjoy the zero-based method because no matter if you do percentages, which I think I'm gonna take a stab at next year, or category, you're still zeroing out that income. Because let's say you give 50% to the bills, 20% here, 10% here, 30% here, that's still 100%, and you're zeroing out the income. I wanna know how much, what percentage of my income is going to bills. And I want to remind myself of that. And so I said, I'll dedicate next year into doing a percentage. It's still going to be zero-based budget. But I'm going to note that this number is X amount of percentage. But it is. I hope this helps someone on their journey, add some clarity, just seeing somebody else budget and how they budget. I hope I was able to explain like the numbers well for you to understand like where I'm coming from. But that is all, you guys. And if you're able to, check out First Horizon. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you out in the cash stuffing video. Bye, you guys.